Today is Tuesday, December the 8th. It is 8th day of the waning moon, the first month of the 8th day of the waning moon. Somehow I recall the day when I was first ordained, the day when I shaved my head. It was so different from what we are giving to our candidates. Right now we have 17 Samaneris who were ordained on the 5th of December. So they have been Samaneri for 3 days. It was so different. I just want to share with you how far we have come. When I decided to be ordained, I went to Sri Lanka alone, with a robe given to me by some of the donors. Very, I would say, poor robe, because the edge was coming apart. The edge of the robe was coming apart. I was received by Madame Ranjani, who was my connecting person, and I went to stay with her in her house in Colombo. Then later on, she moved me to Sakayatida Center. I have to tell you about Sakayatida Center because when I was the president of Sakayatida International, we went to Sri Lanka to organize the third Sakayatida conference. That was 1993. 1993, it was a big event in Sri Lanka because it was the first time when the Sri Lankan people actually saw Bhikkhunis in person. There were Bhikkhunis from many, many countries participating in that conference. Even the president of the island came to preside over the conference. Later that year, a man offered the land to start Sakayatida. So actually, I went back to receive ordination in the land that came into existence during my time of being president of Sakayatida. So my ordination was in the year 2001. That was 1998 when the first ordination for Bhikkhunis, Theravada Bhikkhunis, actually started. We marked the date, we underlined the date because that is the history, our history. So when I arrived, eventually I went to Sakayatida Center. Sakayatida International, I think it's called Meditation Center. I stayed in a small room. And I did not know, everything was arranged for me through Madame Ranjani de Silva. The day when I was supposed to be ordained, that was the first time when I actually saw my teacher, my Bhikkhuni teacher. She's short, dark, as Sri Lankan, you could imagine. She did not speak much English. And I was taken to Sri Lankan Meditation Center to shave. They shaved me under or in front of Naga tree. You look at the picture, you could still see the flowers. It was blossoming, so you could identify the tree as Naga tree. Nag, Ton Nag, Bun Nag, Bun Nag. While they were cutting my hair, the scissors were so old that they literally clipped my flesh. It was bleeding. There was no medication. One of the young Bhikkhuni ran into the bathroom and got herself toothpaste. They put toothpaste on the wood that they cut my hair. I was very still. I was very still. I was not disturbed at all. You know, the blood was coming down, and they just put toothpaste on the wound that they cut my head, the skin of my head. They shaved, and I was putting on white already, And there was a time when I was just seated there. You could see in the photo that I was seated in wearing white with shaved head, waiting for the next step. All this, I did not know. I did not know what was the next step. There was no training. There was no rehearsal whatsoever. There was no explanation whatsoever. So I'm telling my Samaneris who were so well trained for the 3 days, they knew exactly what they were supposed to be doing. You see how different it was when I was ordained? I did not have the paramita like you. You have great punya and paramita to be so well taken care of with all instructions, training one after another, rehearsal one after another. You see the difference? During the time when I was getting ordination, I insisted that I would like to continue the Siam Vangsa, the lineage which came from Thailand since the year 1753 to some 250 years ago. So 5 bhikkhus from Siam Vangsa were invited to give me ordination, but Venerable Dhammananda, the master, or the one who actually organized the ordination for me, he was there helping. And there was another monk, also a Theravada monk from Netherlands. He was also there during the ordination. As I did not have instruction, I did not know what's happening next. I did not even know when to stand up and when to sit down. And my teacher, my Bhikkhuni teacher, she also did not have much English. So when she wanted me to sit down, she pulled me down with my robe. And when she wanted me to get up, she pulled me up with my robe. Myself, of being a professor, was so humiliated. Yet, that is the self you give up once when you're ordained. There was much learning process during my ordination. I was confused even to say Puttang Saranang Kachami. Instead of saying Puttang Saranang Kachami, I was saying Dhammang Saranang Kachami. I was going back and forth. I was so confused because there were no instruction. Even during the ordination itself, nobody explained anything to me. I was just dragging up and dragging down, pulling down. So I just compared the experience I had with the experience that our Samaneris have here. So much difference. And you really see the importance of being trained. The importance of why the candidates were trained to do things again and again, and they know exactly when they're going to bow, how many times they're going to bow. They have the Bhikkhuni sister to tell you, bow 1 time, bow 3 times, stand up. You have all that instruction. So you see the importance of having instruction, having training for the ordination. I compare and contrast between my ordination and the Samaneri ordination that we gave them here. Oh, we have come a long way. We have come a long way. Eventually, when I received the certificate of ordination, I bowed to Venerable. His name was Nanda, Venerable Master Nanda. You go and check. He was very kind. I believe he must have felt the difficulties I was going through. He was very kind, and he said, as he was handing the certificate in my hand, and I bowed to receive the certificate, he said something like, "Congratulations that now you are Samaneri. You are starting the Bhikkhuni ordination, the Bhikkhuni lineage in Thailand. Congratulations." He said something like this. So I realized that I was not getting ordination just myself, But actually, I started the mission. And the mission was impossible before my time. And it was only because I took the first step. Thus, I make this mission possible. Not for me, but for the women. Not in Thailand only, but also for Buddhist women all over the world. So it is a big step. It is a big step. At the airport, I remember somebody gave me an envelope of 5,000 baht. And it was from the white robe nun, from a Machi. But this Machi, she was a professor before with a doctorate degree in science. And she said, if you couldn't do it, Thailand will have to wait for the next 1,000 years. So it is very important mission that we have come through. And I'm so proud that now we have the seminaries, to really understand the meaning of continuing this mission. And I keep telling them that you're ordained not because you want to make merits to your parents, but you're ordained because you want to keep this lineage alive, true, real in Thailand, which is the land for the Buddhists. But the Buddhist women did not have this opportunity. And now we make this opportunity, we make this path available to them. So yes, we have come a long way and we will keep going. Thank you.